Breaking news this morning, the world's two largest polluters have announced a surprise joint declaration at the COP26 summit. China and the United States are promising concrete and more pragmatic cooperation to step up their climate change action. Hannah Thomas-Peters has more.
This potentially feels like a big moment in the summit because we know now there is a joint US-China declaration on tackling climate change. The representative there from China, China's special climate envoy, Xi Jinping, who I have spoken to before and who is a very experienced negotiator and has a relationship with John Kerry, the US special climate envoy. But at the beginning of that press conference, through the translation, it seems to me that the US and China are going to put forward additional respective domestic actions, concrete measures that both nations are going to take to tackle the climate crisis in the coming decade.
This declaration makes a statement about that effort to cooperate, about the imperative to cooperate. It declares specifically and identifies the need to accelerate the transition to a global net zero economy. Second, it commits to a series of important actions, not in the long term, not way out in the future, but now during this decade when it's needed.
Now that is crucial because that has been the absolute focus of the US delegation, to meet their Chinese counterparts. They've done it over and over again, 30 times or so in the last year, a number of those in person, to get China to say that it will do more, that it will move its carbon targets further and faster. Because at the moment, China is saying it will get to peak carbon emissions by 2030, or before 2030 if possible, and to net zero before 2060, which is of course 10 years later than the scientific guidance is insisting it should happen. So plenty moving here in Glasgow. This feels like a significant moment. We are digging into the detail, but potentially the inflection point, with 48 hours to go, that there has been some big movement from the two biggest polluters on Earth.